Hello everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Stars Aligned newscast. As you can see, I am Exuberant Alpha, bring you another another I finally decide to go ahead and actually take over the whole entirety of this newscast. I am the one-horned devil. You will all bow down to me, every one of you. You will make sure that you get your soul sucked out, whether you like it or not. And you wait, what? What? What is this? Oh, no, no. Jesus Christ. Okay. Testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. I think I'm okay. Exuberant Zeta, did you make sure to go ahead and check the connection again? Also, check and see if that iris is technically okay. I can't believe someone managed to go and hijack our whole entirety of the operation for that. Thankfully, we're able to go ahead and counteract it, though. Anyways, hello everyone. Exuberant Alpha here again. You probably heard about the whole entirety of, well, our news broadcast being completely hijacked, or like a complete couple of seconds right there. Uh, that was one of the things that we were going to tell you about. In breaking news, yes, what seems to be someone named Valdis the One-Horned Devil has managed to go ahead and hack into our system somehow. Whoever is this devious hacker, please do your hacking somewhere else, as we're just a news broadcast. Be fair, a very good news broadcast that can spread around the whole entire universe, but still, please don't go ahead and try and instigate anything for violence, soul sucking, and also whatever for that sort of thing. See? I mean, to be fair, if you want to talk to us, just come talk to us. Literally. We'll be able to go ahead and talk about the whole entirety of our stuff and everything else. You won't have to worry about it. I won't have to worry about it. And definitely everyone else around the whole entirety of the universe won't have to freaking worry about it. Thank you very much. That's my message from Exuberant Alpha. Now, here's a message from Exuberant Nua. Get the hell off the freaking broadcast, is what Exuberant Nua said. But overall, I have a much clearer mind than Nua, so I wouldn't mind Nua at all. Just, just think of him as noise for it to say. Wait, hold on. Yes? Uh huh. Wait, do you think I'm annoying that much because of the fact I'm talking like the one entirety of just either informative and stuff and not actually doing that sort of what? Okay, okay, fine, fine. Sorry. Okay, okay, okay. Sorry about that. It seems like Nua legitimately got after my ass in that whole entire of it. Uh, well, my ass is apparently being cooked as we speak, which is perfectly fine, but okay, that's fine. I don't mind. Hmm. Let's see more about this whole entirety of more breaking news. But before I get into the breaking news, let me go ahead and explain something and let me give you an apology. My bad for actually skipping out on on the certainty of our Wednesday newscast. Unfortunately, the system that we decided to use and some of the irises were corrupting our reports for our said universe. So some of the reports now that I'm reading to you are pretty much from the Wednesday's newscasting. And there is actually some pretty interesting good news, to be fair. Some of these are pretty interesting. And some of these you would definitely want to go ahead and know about, as they bring about a lot of changes that we're about to say. The first thing of the matter is, it seems to me, for it, that after Dr. Nightingale, uh, sorry, Dr. Nina Nightingale had been purchased by Mr. Moon, it seems like her efforts now on what the galaxy was scared of is actually kind of not true. Mr. Moon has happily reported to our newscast that Dr. Nightingale has been more than happy, diligent, and very interested in a bunch of other things than what she was doing regarding the whole entirety of her murderous intent to killing off the rest of her scientists for it. Seems like the whole entirety of that probably stemmed from us literally not giving her a chance in the whole entirety of literally making up with said person who is trying to kill us. Now, that being said, it seems to me that everything is going to be very much okay for the most part, but he did say that reassurance for it is that I'm gonna go ahead and straight up help her out, and she's gonna help this universe out, whether we go ahead and like it or not. That's pretty an interesting quote from Mr. Moon. Now, let me see what else is there. Another report that is very, very interesting is that Headbase is getting some redesigning. Not exactly redesigning, as don't forget that we're located on said Headbase. Thank goodness, because of the fact that we can go and broadcast to the whole entirety of the universe. But there's also going to be some new people to go ahead and talk about right now, in which is going to be very, very interesting to go and talk about and mention these people. I'll be talking about, let me see who I'm going to be talking about, because it seems to me that these people are very, very important, yet are very, very interesting in their regard. For our first part of our system is, it seems like from the planet of Charenborg, Dr. Salazar Oppenheimer had basically decided to go ahead and make a whole entirety of pathogens and antiviruses to go ahead and counteract it against other planets that have the difficulties of creating these so-called pathogens and these new ones that are pathogens and antiviruses to go and deal with. It seems like he's actually bringing an effort for it. However, the problem, the matter is that what does the report say? Hmm. Yes. Okay. Yes, it seems like the whole entirety of it is that he has an underlying condition. As Mr. Moon has stated, he stated that Dr. Oppenheimer is basically a very good asset to have, as he helps with fighting against the viruses and sorts, and the whole entirety of what's happening in the whole entirety of this problem that we had in our toughest times of the universe. We should go ahead and fight viruses with either viruses itself or fight it with new ways to go ahead and contain it, rather than going ahead and straight up see it as more or less of a threat and we end up just nuking a whole entire planet. It's very interesting and very real as of currently right now. Okay, now then, let us see what else is happening for it. From that one, on that planet, if you're wondering, from the data and from the reports that we had gotten, it seems like planet Charaborg is definitely a planet that is in constant battle with these viruses and pathogens and antiviruses most of the time. So I trust the good judgment of Mr. Moon more than anything. Which means you should technically trust that for me as well. Now, there's going to be another planet currently as well that Mr. Moon had basically found out and sought out for two of our very interesting people that we had talked about. One of which we had mentioned about it from the SARS program. Yes, the search and rescue program in the whole entirety that they are retired. But, Mr. Moon had actually finally found Mr. Marco Mageo, or the very much the chief that ran the whole entirety of the search and rescue program when he was still active for the whole entirety of it and retired just a couple days ago. Mr. Moon had sought him out as a way for it to go and help out in case anything happens. Apparently, what Mr. Moon had said about this in a quote for us is that Mr. Marco Mageo has the capabilities of being not only as strong as the backbone of our whole entirety of what we're planning to do, but also to help us out with figuring out what is what in these trying, difficult times. Whether it be in combat or without the combat, we intend to go ahead and tell Mr. Marco Miguel to go ahead and come and help us no matter what. This is a pretty bold statement. This is pretty bold and pretty interesting. I can understand why he would say that and why it's currently like that. That's understandable. Now, alongside that, it seems like another. Oh, wait, what? Oh, okay. I'll report that too. Sorry, it seems like Exuberant Nua just came in here again to tell me about specific news. It seems like a thief that has been lurking in the shadows for so long has been caught. So, a thief by the name of Svetlana Zaliova, it seems like her way of doing things have unfortunately caught up to her. The Federation Government Court of the Galilean district, or sorry, the Galilean sector, has finally managed to go ahead and catch Miss Sevlana in order for an attempt to go ahead and actually broker a sort of deal with her. From the looks of it, she has a big track record. From what Nua had to go ahead and sent me, this track record is pretty gnarly. Okay, I'll read out to you. Seems like she's on accounted of 5 murders of different Federation officers, 5,000 incapacitation of Federation alliance, and as well as the destruction of property for it. Dang. Arson is part of her deal. Freezing permafrost. Huh. You can use permafrost as a way. Okay, that's interesting. Very interesting. Very vivid, but ugh. Permafrost. Don't get permafrost, guys. Seriously, that's. Mm-mm. And on 10,000 counts of stealing property from the said Federation, as well as Alliance. It seems like this person has a very vivid, colorful palette of not liking the Federation. Hmm. This is at the Galileo district? Or the sector? Huh. Well, okay. Oh, wait, hold on. Yes. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. I'll tell them. Okay. No problem, Mr. Moon. Thank you. Yeah. Mr. Moon actually managed to go and tell me about something else along the way. It seems like he's on his way to the Galileo district. Or, actually, the sector itself. To be fair. Huh. Wait. I just realized he's going after the sector. He's going after the sector. Okay, well, I guess I'll go ahead and say this then. It seems like Mr. Moon is going to the sector probably to do the same thing as he did with Dr. Nina Nightingale. This is pretty interesting. In that regard, who else is in the Galileo district is very important as well alongside Miss Sevlana. And that's technically the entirety of Mr. Nagikata, or Nagikata Makoto. He has a specific track record that technically comes at the price of taking down a lot of the people. If you think that Sevlana was worse, Makoto's a whole lot more of the injury type to a degree that you're gonna die of that degree. To be fair, I didn't see this report until, uh, how many, Nua, how many irises were destroyed again? Wait, you said, wait, what? Hold on. You said 100 iris units were destroyed in which of collecting data. Oh, okay, okay. I know you didn't stutter. I know you didn't stutter. Okay, okay, thank you. I feel kind of bad for that. Okay. Feels like hundreds, if not 100 of our units of irises have been trying to go ahead and get information regarding Mr. Makoto Nakikata. And Mr. Makoto, and on quotes, cuts open the whole entirety of the technological pieces in order for you to go ahead and just straight up literally not get information about him out to the public. That's very vivid, yet very scared. Hope he's not like that in terms of everything going on. But it seems like for the whole entirety of what's going on for that, and what the Iris units have said so itself, Mr. Makoto is currently wanted now for the death of a president of a planet known as Harbinger. Planet Harbinger seems to be owned by the Federation Space slash Alliance Space. This is a pretty interesting deal, as a lot of the time it's pretty vivid as a war is going on there, unfortunately, on Planet Harbinger. Now, it seems like the whole entirety of it seems to be very interesting in that regard. Now, how to deal with Planet Harbinger is completely out of the blue, but I'll go ahead and get more news on that at a later date. Now, it seems like the whole entirety of that happening, with coincidence with Miss Sevlana, is very coincidental, wouldn't you say so yourself? Now, to be fair, I don't know how coincidental is this, but you know what our broadcast is, the stars align broadcast. Stars can be aligned in some regard as coincidence or as fate for that regard, or happenstance if you want to go ahead and be something else. But in this regard, it's very, very interesting. Now, let's go ahead and talk about more news along that line. It seems like the whole another breaking news that happened in the Wednesday report is that literally Mr. Moon has been searching for ships. Ships are very, very important here on Headbase. For anyone wondering and are selling ship parts or whatever, make sure you go ahead and use the Headbase number at the bottom of the screen. Actually, I shouldn't be telling you that because it is definitely something else. It is a 13-digit number. Legitimately, it's easy. 13131313137777. I probably missed a couple numbers. But after that, legitimately, just type in 7 after the 6 or the 3s and the 1s. Legit. And you'll be okay for the most part. Now, ships are very important for Mr. Moon. So if you have old ships or whatever for it, make sure you go ahead and send them over. And we'll definitely go and come pick them up for it for the most part. Don't know why he told me to go ahead and say this, but Mr. Moon is Mr. Moon, and I report what I report. Be fair. hope every one of our viewers understand that whole entire part and aspect. Now, the situation on planet Sidon. So, the threat level has decreased thankfully from a level 3 threat to a level 2 threat. It seems like they have somewhat contained the virus, yet is still manageable to go ahead and be malignant in nature. Well, I'm glad that they managed to go and fight the virus, but it does suck that they managed to go ahead and straight up call this thing now malignant more than anything. If anything, you should just call it virulent or just completely unavoidable in that regard. I mean, to be fair, if I want to go ahead and take like practices from the other factions, I would just literally nuke the whole entire planet, make sure it doesn't come back. But fair, I'm an AI, and you know, we AIs technically go ahead and straight up figure out what we do. But you know, enough about nuking planets and so on and so forth. Let's go and talk about another report. In like the whole entirety of what's going on with the Master Pilots program on the planet of Eden is currently undergoing its next stage of evolution. The Master Pilots are being definitely trained to be Master Pilots, but it seems like the whole entirety of the program in itself, from what this Iris unit had reported from planet Eden, is that it's very non-conditional. Ah, non-conditional. Oh wait, never mind. Hold on, hold on. Oh, this is the first Eden? How many Edens are there? See, four more. Okay, so there's 5 Edens in total for planet. Interesting. So which one was that? Oh, just the second. Okay, cool. The first Eden's in Shrouded Mystery. Okay, so it seems like the whole entirety of this one seems to be Eden 3 is currently undergoing the Master Pilots program again. Anyone who is willing to go ahead and take on their lives in the whole entirety of the space and skies of planets will make sure to go ahead and join this program in order for you to go ahead and do that. Only experienced pilots and or daredevils are willing to do this. To go ahead and hone more for your fighting skills, if anything, amongst the stars. For those who are curious and wondering, please, and here listening to this, please make sure you go to the planet of Eden number 3. Not the other Edens, Eden number 3. Seems like more information will be available on that, hopefully very soon. I hope so too. Now then, it seems like there's going to be another thing to talk about is this. The whole entirety of literally trying to go ahead and figure out what we were going to do with these reports. These corruptor reports are very, very weird. Like I said, the reports got corrupted on the way, and so did the irises. Now, I don't find it very weird or particular about it, but when stuff like this and 50 of the units had to go corrupted and kaput, and completely out of whack, it's very odd. We'll go ahead and see more on this for another report, hopefully very soon. But it seems like this whole entirety of it is completely out of shape, out of whack. I don't know the exact wording of it, but it's completely odd of what's going on with these Iris units. Just remember, for anyone who is wondering, when you see an Iris unit, and this is for everyone listening to this newscast, do not desecrate, do not destroy, do not change, do not alter, not corrupt an Iris unit. It is either going to explode by itself if you do it. It is going to freaking get completely hostile, or it's just going to be completely flat and weird for its most part on that section of the planet. Please don't do that, honestly. But that's my warning for everyone who's gonna try to mess with an Iris unit. Please don't. I wouldn't recommend it. Literally, we're built to be legitimate killing machines and smart killing machines at that. But we're also planning to be negotiators. Which is also a plus side for us. Let me see. I think that is pretty much it for the most part. I will go ahead and report more though about what's going on with our whole entirety of our universe of that whole entire thing. A lot of news that I had to salvage from this whole entire thing, as well as the hijacking of Mr. Valdez, the one-horned devil, is going on. Oh wait, hold on. Hayden's comet's coming for the most part in the sector of the Garkakalian sector. Huh, that's kind of bad. Okay. Seems like that comet's coming over from the Garkakalian sector and is very much fast approaching on different planets. If the planet's in the way for that sector, if you go and look it up for that sector, some of you guys are probably in danger, but also you guys might be scrapped just a little bit toasty, is what I'll definitely say. Now, I think that is pretty much about it. I thank you very much for listening to this newscast that I combine in two. Thank you very much. I will catch you guys in the next one. This is Exuberant Alpha signing off. Later.